I love it because it has designs on it, and it's just really pretty to look at. But to apply wallpaper, you really have to know how to do it. The first time I wanted to put wallpaper up, I realized I had never done it before. So I thought it was a good idea to go to the store, and I asked the man, how do you put wallpaper on? And he told me how to do it and listed all the steps. So the man brought out this really thick book that was full of different kinds of wallpaper, different colors, different patterns and designs. So I was amazed. I was looking through all the options, and I asked the man if it was possible to bring home a sample so I could kind of pin it up on my wall and step back and see if I liked it or not. So once I decided the type of wallpaper that I wanted for my room, I had to measure the size of the walls from floor to ceiling and from wall to wall, so horizontally and vertically. Once I determined that, I had to decide whether I wanted to wallpaper all of the walls in the room or just one wall or maybe two. It wasn't a huge room, but not small either. It was just a medium-sized room, so I decided to just put wallpaper on one wall. So I went back to the store and I told the man that I wanted to put wallpaper on just one wall, and I gave him the measurements. And he told me that I needed 4 different things. I needed what was called a squeegee. I also needed a plum, which I thought, what's that? So I asked him, and he explained that it was a long string that had like a ball at the end for weight. I also needed a sponge and paste. The man asked me if I'd ever put wallpaper up before, and I told him, nope, this is my first time. So he made sure to tell me that this process requires 2 people. So we laid the wallpaper out on this really long table, and we were able to measure out what I needed to bring home. And it turned out that I needed 6 inches longer on both sides of what my measurements were. And he told me this is because once you put the wallpaper up, then you cut the bottom, the excess wallpaper off on the bottom and sides, so that way it has a really nice clean cut and it looks really clean and nice. Then the plum comes into use, and the man told me that the purpose of that was that when you put the wallpaper up close, it looks straight, but once you stand back, you're able to see the string that you have just nailed to the wall. Once you step back and you can see the string, then you start to notice the little bumps and maybe things aren't as straight, so that's why we nailed the plum into the wall. Since I wasn't sure what the squeegee was used for, the man at the store told me that the purpose of that is to squeeze out all the air bubbles that can get in between the wall and the wallpaper. So that sometimes happens. So the squeegee, you just press it down against the wall and it'll get all the air pockets out so it's flat up against the wall. So I asked one of my friends to help me, which she was happy to help me. And we laid out all the required materials on the table, and we made the paste, which was just powder and water. And we mixed it all up, and we laid the wallpaper flat on the table so we were able to spread all the paste onto that. And once that was finished, we both, as a team, picked up the wallpaper. You have to be careful not to fold it completely in half, but you just lightly pick it up and press it up against the wall and make sure that it's in line with the plum, the string with the ball, the heavy weight at the bottom, to make sure everything's straight and squeeze it out, and it's on the wall. It's important to remember that it's not just one long sheet of wallpaper that you're putting up. It's going to be broken up into sections. So once you put one piece of wallpaper up, you have to put the other one on, and it's important if there's a pattern to make sure that the lines or designs connect right and it's not crooked so it doesn't match up. So you just follow the patterns and the designs and make sure that they all fit together, and then it looks great. So I stepped back and I looked at my work and I thought, wow, I'm really good at this. I can do this again. So sometime in the future, I will put wallpaper in my other room too.